Good morning, guys. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am sitting outside. It has been on and off raining all day today. Finn's also right here. Hi, baby. Oh, thank you. I love him so much. Oh my goodness. It has been on and off raining all day today. David is inside working, and so I don't want to bother him with me filming, so I'm just sitting outside listening to the birds chirp and all of that. So a few weeks ago I put up a video about how we afford to travel all the time, you know, when COVID is not going on, and how we save money, how we budget ourselves, all of that. I will link that video up here if you missed it. Ever since posting that, I have gotten a lot of questions about budgeting in general, about how we plan trips, traveling in general, all of that. So I kind of have a list of questions here about what I'm going to go over and answer them and all of that. So I hope this video answers a lot of the questions you guys were wondering and helps you out. If you are curious about anything else and have any more questions, be sure to comment down below and I will do my best to answer them. Question number one: how did you pay off all of your student loans? Did you use the Dave Ramsey method or another method? So I am in a Dave Ramsey Facebook group. I see a lot of like the baby steps and everything like that. For me, I already had kind of a hefty little savings account started. I'm always like a just in case person, so I always like to have my own like little tiny nest egg of savings just in case, you know, whatever. So I already had my emergency fund, which is baby step number one. When I made the decision to drop out of PT school, I was kind of panicky about it because I was like, I literally have all of this debt from undergrad and 2 semesters of grad school now. How am I going to pay it? What am I going to do? I can't use really my degree. I don't know what I'm going to do. I need to make my photography business work. I have to be self-employed. That's my only option. I don't want to waste time working for someone else, finding another job. I have to make this work. So this will not work for everyone, but the way that I personally paid off my student loan debt so fast, I'm going to be open and honest with you guys. I had $44,000 in student loan debt. I was able to talk to my school and have half, I think it was half of the money that I paid for the semester that I was currently in grad school. I had missed the dropout day for any refunds by 1 day, but since obviously I had a unique situation where my mom passed away, they were like, you know what, we'll cut you some slack here. They refunded me half of what I had paid for that semester, or half of what my debt was, or like loans were for that specific semester, so that helped a lot right off the bat. I would say though, the biggest thing that I did was that, number one, I had been living with my mom. I moved in with my dad, did not have to pay for rent, utilities, groceries, anything like that. Once David and I decided we were going to buy a house, we gathered up money for our down payment, and once we moved in, he basically took care of the mortgage, utilities, rent, everything like that. We were like, we're going to be a team. Like, this debt is going to be ours as soon as we're married anyway. So he was like, you know what, I will, you know, pay for us both to live here, all of our utilities and everything like that, if every single penny that you earn goes towards your student loans. So I took every single thing that I made with my photography, with my business, I did nannying for a while. I took every little dime that I had and I put it towards my student loans. This meant that I was paying more than my minimum payment. At the time, since I had just gotten out of grad school, I had like the 6 months where you have no interest on one of the types of loans, and so I was paying immediately once I got out on these loans. I was making multiple payments a week. If I had a session on, you know, a Thursday and made $300, you know, as soon as those funds transferred into my account, Friday morning I would just take the $300, make a student loan payment. If I had another session on Sunday, Monday morning would come and I would make another student loan payment. So it would be multiple payments a week, and I was paying in like the first 6 months of me getting out of school. So a lot of my loans did not have interest growing. They had like that, I can't remember, it's been a long time now, I can't remember what that period is, where you don't get interest on them for 6 months or like whatever, you don't have to pay on them for 6 months. I don't know, but I didn't have a lot of extra interest gaining because of that 6-month window, and I would just put every single little penny that I put towards that. That meant I wasn't buying clothes, I wasn't buying lots of extra food, I wasn't eating out, I wasn't, you know, spending money really on myself at all. It was everything that I had towards student loans. So that's kind of what I did. I know it won't work for everyone, but having another like partner person there, whether it's a parent, a significant other, whatever, to kind of handle bills and stuff really helps when you really focus on nailing down debt. Question number 2, how did I plan and budget for our wedding? So David and I also paid for our wedding back in January. I would say, as a wedding photographer, my biggest recommendation is shop around. There are going to be so many people, so many vendors that offer, you know, similar things. A lot of people can make you a delicious cake that looks good. However, some people are going to charge more than others. Are those people worth paying more? Probably. However, if you're trying to budget yourself, I always say shop around. Do not be in a rush to book anyone. We booked our venue first. We found a venue that was not very popular. It was not very pretty. It was not my dream at all, but it was affordable. We paid only for, they like roped all of the prices in and everything, so we only paid like the food per head, and it included all of the table and chair rentals, all of the linens, silverware, the reception hall, all of that. A lot of venues get tricky when they start adding in gratuity and stuff like that after their sticker price. He put everything up front in a sticker price, and that helped us budget and plan. We also got our cupcakes from Sam's Club so that they were super cheap. We did not get a fancy special cake. I went to Kroger and got like a cake for us to cut. Our DJ, I worked a wedding with him. He had a referral discount. He was super affordable. I didn't get my hair and makeup professionally done. I didn't have any of my bridesmaids do that. If you're looking for a way to have your wedding more affordable, cut down on your number of guests, cut down on your bridal party size, all of that. I will say we hired a videographer, and then I also had my sister carry around my vlogging camera. I absolutely love the video that my videographer did. However, if you are in like a pinch for money, I would say give someone in your bridal party, like your maid of honor or someone, the job of, hey, you take videos for me all day long, you interview people, you just have so much fun with it. It could be on your phone, whatever, and then put that video together later. And like, that is one of my favorite things to watch, because my sister interviewed my friends and family. She got clips that I didn't even know she got. It was just fun to go back through and watch, and I really treasure that. So if you're struggling with budgeting, that's a good idea for a videographer. Question number 3, how do we plan our trips? So David and I go out of the country. Well, I go out of the country probably like 2 times a year for the past 2, 3, 4 years maybe. David usually goes out of the country once with me. I'm more flexible with my work schedule because I'm self-employed, and it's awesome. We also travel a lot to run half marathons. We're trying to run one in each of the 50 states, so we kind of do weekend trips and stuff like that a lot just to run. How do we plan our trips? I get asked this question so often. I really don't have an answer though, because all of our trips, like, people ask me, how do you pick your destination? How do you pick what you're gonna do? The majority of our like road trip in America are chosen by when David can take time off work and what areas, what states are offering half marathons. So we will go, and there's a website, we can go and see all of the half marathons scheduled in the whole world, and we go through and look at the dates that they are, the locations, how far away they are from our house, how far away they are from airports, what else is around there, if there's other things to do, does a race look cool, does it look kind of lame, how much does a race cost to get in. We kind of look at all of those factors, and that's how we plan our destination for our trip. And then our big event that we do is run. Other than that, we really do no planning. We'll drive. It's under like probably 7 hours we typically drive. We'll stop along the way if we see anything cool. We'll either stay in my car, or we'll get a super cheap hotel. We don't usually do Airbnbs for these things. We just do like super cheap like motel type situation. Not always the nicest, but we're never in it. Once we're there, we'll usually talk to people at the race, ask for recommendations for things to do. The race websites usually have things for out-of-town people to do, and that's kind of how we decide everything. Another one of my tips that I like to do for just traveling in general is I love to look at Instagram. I look at the like locations on Instagram. I think like geotags maybe. I'm not sure on that, but I look at that because that's unfiltered opinion. That's actual people going out there and taking the location, having fun, and I think that's better than looking on like the travel websites online, because a lot of that's sponsored and paid, and I want like honest, realistic people's opinions. When we do stay in hotels, we use hotels.com to book, because if we're going to be traveling anyway, every 10th night is like free or something, so we're going to be going anyway, why not just go on the perk of having a free night every once in a while. Number 4, someone asked me to talk about like getting things thrifted, finding furniture, stuff for your house, everything like that. I always shop with a purpose. I don't just go out to like wander the store and see like what looks cute, what could I use. I'm like, I need a coffee table, or I need something to go on my bookshelf, or I need this. I mean, those aren't actual needs, but I would like to find this, and I try to make it very intentional, because if I just find myself like wandering the aisles, I'm gonna get distracted and buy something that I really think I need when I really don't. I try to plan for that in advance. I always go to thrift stores. I don't typically buy like furniture and stuff at thrift stores, like couches and stuff. I will buy like maybe bookshelves, coffee tables, like little knickknacks and stuff, but I don't usually buy like big furniture and stuff at thrift stores. I use Facebook Marketplace a lot for like dressers and stuff like that. You just clean it once you get it. You can switch out the hardware on dressers and it looks super nice. So I always recommend Facebook Marketplace more than a thrift store for just furniture and stuff, just because it's easier to look online and then go buy it versus shopping around at 4 or 5 different thrift stores and still not like finding anything, you know? Question number 5. This was my biggest question. How do David and I survive without eating out? I don't know. Okay, so here's the thing. When I was living with my mom and it was just her and I, we ate out like every day. I really don't like eating out. I got sick of it very quickly. We were never one for home cooked meals. I don't know, I'm just so over it. And so David and I, like, it's not, yes it is to save money, but it's like I would much rather make us food here to eat. I think it's, you know, definitely more affordable, but like there's more variety. It gives me something to do during quarantine. I will say during quarantine we have been going out to eat once a week, ordering it and like picking it up. We never ever hello Finn, hello. We never ever do DoorDash, like delivery, anything like that. We live so close to everything that we can just drive and pick it up. They charge so much more just to deliver it, and then you have to tip the driver, and I'd rather go pick it up. You know, obviously I usually tip them at the store, but then usually they add a delivery fee also, and I just don't like to mess with it. I'd rather, like, if I'm gonna like spoil myself and eat food like out, I need to go pick it up. I can't be lazy. Like, I'm already being lazy not cooking dinner. Like, I need to not be lazy and go pick it up. So how do we survive though? We just eat at home. Like, I don't know what to say. We don't go crazy. It's not that hard. We just don't eat out all the time. I have his toy. Hi. Question number 6. Do we have any travel plans once everything opens back up? So as you guys know, we did have a trip to Germany planned for September. Obviously that is canceled now. We have no more plans lined up. I would like to rent a van and like go out to a national park and just explore. I'd also love to take Finn to the beach. Other than that, I have no plans. We don't know when this will all end, and everyone's like, oh yeah, you totally have like you probably have like all this travel money saved. A lot of people forget that this quarantine has had me completely without a job, so it's not like we're saving any money, it's just we're not spending any money, you know? Number 8, do we have any budgeting or money tips that I can share? Yes, David has recently taught me to invest in our money now. We have been investing when the markets are down with all of this quarantine, so like anything that we would even put to travel anyway, we've just put straight into the market because we're bettering our future, you know? So awesome. One of my other biggest tips is to, like, a lot of people have it in their mind that they need to like get their paycheck and spend money like on the stuff they need and then save it. But I feel like switching your mindset to getting your paycheck and saving like a chunk of your money and then using the rest to buy your stuff that you need kind of puts a different mindset on budgeting. So like, you don't want to spend the money and then save the rest. You want to save money and then you can spend what's left, I guess, if that makes sense. I think that is pretty much it for all of the questions I'm going to be answering today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. He has a treat in here. He ripped this tennis ball open. Hang on, wait. And there is a treat in there. I put a little dog bone in there, but he cannot figure out how to open it back up. I'm like, you rip it apart constantly. So he's working on it hard. And sometimes he just brings it back and wants to play. Anyway, that was so fast. So that is pretty much it for today's video. I hope you guys got something out of this. If you have any more questions, be sure to leave them in the comments down below. And if you want to see more budgeting videos, let me know. I'm planning on doing a what I spend in a month video coming up at the end of May. Obviously, it'll be a little different than normal because it is quarantine. But that is it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye! Say bye. Bye-bye. Bye, guys.